We've matrixed. Let's pretend you have either total etched, selectively etched, or self-etched, dealer's choice. If it's me, FYI, in today's world, I am selective etching. I'm etching my enamel, and I'm not etching my dentin. There's a lot of great data to support that that works well. Our next step after we apply our adhesive and cure that is, got, base with flowable, right? So let's talk about ideal qualities of a flowable composite. These are three. There's more, but these are my biggies. I want a flowable that's radiopaque. I want a flowable that's self-leveling, and I'd like a flowable that has an opacity shift when I cure it, especially when I'm working with a bulk fill composite and I'm putting a larger increment of flowable in, because I'm going to need to, one, mask dentin, and two, I need it to start translucent so I can get depth of cure beyond 2 millimeters. This is a wonderful quality with today's best flowable composites. So let's talk about radio opacity. I love this slide. This slide is showing you omnichroma on one side, on the left-hand side, and it's showing you Ivoclar's Tetric PowerFlow on the right. So look at the opacity. That's really, really nice, because there's two reasons you and I take composite out, right? Sometimes it's because it needs it, and sometimes if we don't have the right opacity, then one of our hygienists looks at a film, whether you've done the dentistry or someone else has done it, and I can promise, maybe I'm the only guy here, but I'm guessing I'm not, that some of you have taken out some of your own composites and said, oh my God, that looks great. And you didn't do anything wrong. You're just using a material that isn't radio opaque enough. So it got hung up. So radio opacity, really important. Self-leveling, really, really important. Think about where class 2 composites fail. Gingival seat of the proximal box, right? Remember that slide we looked at and I talked about your ability to get the instruments down there? Well, that's one problem, right? You get an instrument in a too conservative prep and you can't get it down to the seat of that box, we're in trouble. So using a self-leveling flowable means you and I can put it in, and we don't instrument it. It goes where it needs to go. I love this quality in a flowable composite on posterior teeth, and here's why I don't love it. I don't love it on an anterior tooth. Imagine what would happen if we used a self-leveling flowable on that class 4. What would happen to the flowable? It would run everywhere. It wouldn't stack. It wouldn't stay where we want it. So on my posterior teeth, I love Tetric PowerFlow because it is self-leveling. On an anterior teeth, I like Tetric EvoFlow because it stays where I put it. We need those materials to do different things in different situations. And then, in addition to the radio opacity, we talked about an opacity shift. So especially in a bulk system, PowerFlow, Ivoclar's bulk flowable, I can place this up to 4 millimeters of depth if I want to. But again, if I want to get appropriate depth of cure while I'm getting that self-leveling, while I'm getting the really nice radio opacity on a radiograph, then I need something that shifts from translucent to more opaque. And the opacity of PowerFlow, once we've cured it, is an awful lot like natural dentin. So it does really great things for us.